Welcome back to The Witchy Web We Weave. I'm Alex.
I'm Alara.
And it's one of our first official videos of the year.
Hey!
Woo, it's only almost February.
Yeah, we took a really long holiday.
Yeah, no. Things happened. I wasn't in town for a hot ass minute, and you were doing your own stuff for a hot ass minute.
All kinds of drama broke out.
Oh, yeah, that's another video.
But yeah, new stories.
Yep. So today we are just gonna do a quick sort of haul video. Heard from.
I've got Power of the Rainbow.
And then I was in Arizona and I went to, I've mentioned this store before, but Fantasia Crystals in Phoenix, which to this day is still my favorite store out of all my witchy stores. I'm sorry. They've got it all at good prices, like so good prices, dude. Like so good. But yeah, you saw. I will be inserting the pictures I took, but they have a wall of tarot, a wall of incense, a wall of books. They have statuary. They've got jewelry, good like stuff you can buy to wear, like this stuff, and then that one piece I got you, and then they've got like expensive jewelry, and then they've got like rocks, like so many rocks, all the rocks, and then that goes from like cheap stuff to like real expensive stuff, but they got all the stuff, and then they have like homemade oils and homemade incenses and all kinds of stuff. Like it's so nice. They've been there for like 20 years too, or 30 years now. They've been there like forever. It's family run.
Oh.
And like they started bringing their kids to like work in the store, so it's cute. But yeah, I love that store. It's special. But yeah, so we want to hop to it.
I guess so. Do you want to just do all of yours and I do all of mine, or do you want to go back and forth? What would make it easier? I don't know what all you have. I have no idea what she has. It's all wrapped up and
Yeah.
shit.
We can back and forth it.
Okay, cool.
It's cute. Sorry.
Oh. I guess the first one I'll do is actually not from Power of the Rainbow. It's actually from I went to the witchy store to get some ingredients for the Yule gift that I made for you.
Oh, okay.
Which I posted two videos. One showing some of the haul that I had to get for that stuff, and then I did one where I kind of talked a little bit, like halfway through the project about what I was doing. So if y'all are interested in that, go see that.
We'll link it.
You'll link it. Yeah, she's the more technologically savvy one. But when I was there getting all of that, I also got this. I don't know if y'all actually be able to, because it's like really, I want to try and get it, but if you can catch the light with it just right, there is some shimmer to it. Oh yeah, you can see it a little bit there in the corner. But this is Larvakite.
Oh.
And I had never seen it before. But it's really beautiful, and
ooh, yeah.
some of the shimmer
It's
reminds me of labradorite. So I wonder if it's kind of in the same family. But
yeah, it's really flashy.
I kept going back to it, and it just kind of magically made its way into my hand. And I was walking around the store with it. I was like, okay, well, this is something. The only thing is, because I got it at our witchy store and not at Power of the Rainbow, they didn't have a description of what this was for.
They didn't?
No.
They have a lot of cards there now.
I even looked through the cards. They did not have a card for it. I was like, that's interesting. So I pulled it up on my phone real quick, and I just kind of like looked around and I found out that this is particularly good for astral travel work.
Oh.
I was like, that makes sense. Because
it
my lady has been getting on to me about doing more astral travel work. And the last couple of times that I've been trying to do it, it had not been clicking for whatever reason. So I ended up getting this, and then a few days later, the entire world broke loose, and things was just happening left and right. I was like, I really need to go see my lady and like do an astral travel and try and figure out what the hell. And
yeah, so quick side note to all that. So I was in Arizona minding my own business. We're on the phone. You know, stuff had happened when she called me. And I got like a vicious and I was like, what the heck? And I was like, you've got a message. You need to go talk to your lady because she's telling me to tell you to do your stuff. I'm in Arizona again. She's still here in Texas, and I'm like, shoot.
Yeah, you really did kind of tell me, like, your lady is being very forceful. You might want to go talk to her.
I was like, oh. I was like, be gone. Go back to her.
Well, you're not used to how upfront my lady is.
Well, she's done that a couple times. Remember that one time where she was giving me the hoo-ha?
Oh, yeah.
But it's always related to her. I was like, do you mind? Go tell her that.
I think she's learning that I have a thick skull and that sometimes I have to have other people tell me, like, yo, go do your stuff.
Kill me, man.
But yeah, so I actually ended up getting this right before I actually ended up needing it, and I swear we need to have like a little like side videos where we do like a it's almost like a chat, but it's like talking about like some of our stuff. Like, I wouldn't mind talking about my tree.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So we might need to look at making some videos in the future on that.
For sure.
But yeah, so that's one thing.
So this first piece I'm going to share is something that I dragged my boyfriend to the store because he had to drive me over, and then he tried to get out of it by sitting in the boyfriend corner, you know, that chair that's always at those stores for. And I was like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, you do your thing, you know. I'm gonna sit over here." And then I needed help because they have these little. This one's not in a baggie because I took it out, but they come in little baggies, and then you have to write your own prices.
Oh yeah.
And so. And you have a basket, so I was like trying to write prices and baggy stuff, and you know, go up and down like looking at all the levels because there's like they're on little turny things, and it's like all just like it's like 4 shelves deep, and then you gotta rotate it. So I'd be like, you know, drop it low, fucking spinning it around, you know, and I'm like, it was a lot. So I finally told him, hey, you hold this while I'm doing all my business. But a couple days before, he said something, and I was like, no, it's this, and he goes, bet. And I was like, okay. And he goes, how much? And I was like, $10. And then I was right, because it was something I knew I was right on. And he goes, damn it. And then we go out, and then he goes, and I was like, actually, how about you buy me something at the store? So this is what he bought me.
Aww.
But yeah, so I had been looking for, because butterflies are starting to become one of my things for my own stuff. So it is a red jasper butterfly.
Oh.
The stone didn't necessarily, like, it didn't matter what the stone was, honestly, because they didn't have another one, if I'm going to be honest. I did like it, though. It wasn't just like, oh, it's a butterfly mine. But yeah, I just thought it was really cute, and I'd been looking for, I like, animal fetishes. That is what these are called. And I have a few, and they're all in that one box right now.
Yeah. That's gonna be another one of those videos.
Yeah, it's good.
I swear, this needs to be a new segment.
It will. But yeah, so that was one of the first things I got, and I had asked them if they had anything else in this.
Actually, the fact that it's red jasper is probably going to be very good for you, because it's red jasper is root work. Deep, heavy root work.
There you go.
You could probably use some of that.
Yeah.
So I think that'll probably be good for you. So it probably worked out that way on purpose.
Probably.
All right. So everything from here on out is actually from Power of the Rainbow, my rock shop. So this is a piece of jade.
You and your holy pieces. And you've been looking at those for a minute. I know. So you finally got one.
I finally got one. And I've got plans to put it on a string and actually hang it from my ceiling fan. So attach it to my light.
Like your clicker? Yeah,
so this is going to be either my light or my fan clicker, and then that's going to be the other half, so it's going to be the next thing I show.
Okay.
Yeah, this is jade, and it's so nice. It's so nice. I really like jade. It's very, I don't know, it's very wholesome energy. But I love that milky, see if you can actually, get it in front of me, you can actually see. I love that milky, soft green color. Especially since this is actually one of the colors in my room. So it works out.
So, I like obsidian. And I get pieces Every time I go to this store, it's dangerous. I don't know why, but I get them every time. But to be fair, this next piece, I had been looking at getting a piece of polished mahogany obsidian. And I still really like that one piece Power of the Rainbow had. And I wish I got it, quite honestly. But it was expensive.
Yeah,
like,
it was a good bit of money from what I remember.
So I got this wand at the store.
That's pretty.
I wasn't super looking for a shape like this, but it was neat. I liked that it was super speckled. The price wasn't that bad.
No, $12. That's not bad.
So yeah, so I was like, okay, that's one of those pieces, and I'd been wanting, because the piece of mahogany I have is smooth, but it's not polished. It's still pretty raw, and I had wanted like a piece I could like put in my pocket and like. It sounds weird, but like rub. It's hard rubbing it when it's raw. Moving on.
I can't believe you said that.
Moving on.
Shame. They're gonna take us off YouTube. Okay. So the next thing that I got, it's actually I got it to where it's. So I got my little piece of jade that I'm gonna hang from the light or the fan, and then I got a piece of rose quartz that I can hang. So they're gonna be. I got it so it's specifically a set.
You and your rose quartz.
I know, but I really like using rose quartz in my room.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really like the energy that it helps put off. And I used to have a bigger piece of rose quartz that was like this, that had the hole drilled through it, that I got years ago at Power of the Rainbow. And I'd had it hanging up in my room, and now I can't find it.
It wasn't something that was taken, was it?
I don't think so. I think it's just boxed up somewhere, and I can't find it. So, it will show itself eventually, maybe. Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. So I specifically got a smaller set of one each. That way, now I have something that can hang from my ceiling fan in the center of my room. I don't know. I like it. It's pretty. It's that soft pink, and it's kind of it's polished enough to where it's glassy, but it's kind of got some divots and speckling in it.
So it's kind of like a rough polish.
It's a rough polish. But I like ones that, because the jade's the same thing, where it kind of has it's polished a little bit, but still has some texture to it. And I like pieces like that.
Funny enough, my next piece is also rose quartz.
Ha!
And so I just like the shape of them, if I'm going to be honest. It's kind of where I was going with that. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I think some of the pieces I got today were going to be some kind of jewelry, honestly, at some point.
Those would make really good jewelry pieces.
So, I'm not sure. I do want to get into wire wrapping at some point.
Those would be good ones to try.
Big old earrings. I don't know. But yeah, and then what I do like about this store is that they put a little card of what it is inside every single little baggie.
Oh, and is it individual?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Oh, it even has the elements and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of like Power of the Rainbow, where you get the almighty pamphlet. I mean, look at this thing. It's like...
It's a lot.
It's a lot. And each of those are different stones. So...
Has it been the same this whole time, or did they finally have to update it? Because I feel like this might have more on it than like some of our like
they've definitely updated this over time, because they have things on here that weren't in some of the old ones, like where is it? Like Vesuvianite. That I don't think that was on the old one, or zircon. Like.
Couldn't tell you.
I think they've definitely updated this, because it doesn't really feel like it's exactly the same as what it's been for the past 8 years that we've been going.
Yeah, something like that.
We've been going there a minute.
Hot.
And that's the thing. When I went in there the other day for some of this stuff, he looked at me. He's like, "Can you stand here and look pretty?" Yeah. "Can you stand here and be fierce if you need to?" Yeah. I was like, "Okay, you get to watch the store for just a second. I'll be right back." And he literally left me in charge of the store.
I was like, did he try giving you a job? That sounded like a job almost.
Like, okay.
Dang.
But we've been going there so long that he trusts me with the store. It was actually very touching. But
we're back to you, I think.
Are we back to me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I stole your segment.
No, you're good. You're good.
pretty much, except for one other item, everything from here on out is not, I did not buy it for myself. I bought it for for somebody. I'm going to make a bigger size witch ball similar to what I made for Alex for her Yule gift. For her, I made a little tiny set of 5. But for this person, I'm actually making a big one. Like one big one. And it's supposed to be a anti-anxiety specific one. So I just started off with, I got 3, let's see if you can see those. I got 3 quartz, and they're really nice and smooth and polished and kind of like...
Oh, those look like the ones I used for my chocolate wheel. Remember? Because I had 3 little stand-in ones.
Yeah, but they look like little jelly bellies.
They do.
Like, but I really like the shape of them, and I like the feel of them, and it kind of gave me the same energy as something that was kind of calming, while at the same time it's going to be energizing. So this is probably going to be for helping to circulate the energy of the working that's going to go into the ball. So I got 3 of those.
I'm going to lump the next 2 together because it's obsidian.
Oh, for the love of all that's good.
So I bought a tiny piece of mahogany obsidian.
Your entire life is going to be obsidian.
So, but it was like...
That would be a really good Wonder Wire wrap, too.
So, it's mostly black, but it's got... Can you even see the freckles of brown in that?
Not so much. There it goes. There's a little bit of
you
it.
can see the little freckles right there. And then what's really cool is that this one is a mahogany obsidian card. And then this one is for gold sheen. So they did differentiate between the 2. Okay. And then the next one I have... Look at that.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really nice gold sheen.
So like all the pieces were like that, like in their pile. So that's pure sheen. Like you can't even tell it's obsidian from here. Like there it's black, but
they cut that really well.
But yeah, all their little pieces. But I liked that it was a triangle. Now this piece you're not probably gonna be able to see on camera because it's really hard to see without flash. But I got it, and I'm pretty sure this is what you call rainbow obsidian. Again, you're not gonna see it on camera, but I'm gonna show you real quick. Because I kind of caught a glint at the store. Nope, that's not what I wanted.
Ooh, oh, it's got a green and purple.
Yeah, so you see the flash there?
Oh, that's really pretty.
Yeah, so you're again. Oh, yeah, and then it's striped on the back too.
Oh wow! But it's like streaks of green and then streaks of purple, and it almost kind of reminds me of those old mood rings from the 90s.
So I kind of felt like I was like, but yeah, I like obsidian a lot.
Yep.
I laugh because what's her name? That YouTuber we both black hair.
Kellyanne Maddox.
Her. I literally subscribed because in the one video I saw hers, she was like she said something about having a good piece of obsidian, and obsidian was like life, and I was like, yes, subscribe. Because I was literally like, woo!
I think you would enjoy some of our other videos too.
I've seen some of others, so that's literally like the very first video I saw of hers. I was like, okay, and then I was like, yes, obsidian.
I've watched her stuff pretty religiously for a while. I go through through spells of watching. Okay, what's next? I'm just gonna reach in and grab something. Oh, of course. Okay, anytime I go into the Power Rainbow, I have to get garnet. I've got four chippies. Because I consistently use it. I even used it in...
one of my balls?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I specifically used it, I think, in the protection one. But garnet, I specifically got it for this particular working that I'm going to be doing. Because it helps draw out chaos energy, and it helps kind of bring everything into alignment and kind of like get your energy in order. So it's going to keep everything moving without like devolving into chaos. So hopefully it'll help like focus the anti-anxiety and calming aspect of it all.
All right, next one is this piece.
Ooh, I like that.
One of my more expensive buys actually at
Really?
$8. Yeah.
Oh, still $8.
Not bad, but still I was like I debated it for a hot minute because I was like, $8, like. So. And I'd never heard of pinolith before, which is what this is. So I was like,
beautiful.
I was like, interesting. But yeah, that one's good for nervous tension and calming and yet strengthening on the mind. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I need some of that. I was like, I need some of this. But yeah, and then in their store, like each bowl has like a descriptor card in it, so you can kind of see what's up, and then they give you one when you leave, so you don't forget what it is. And I was like, no, I like it a lot.
That's nice. Moonstone gets a piece of moonstone, which I actually really liked this one. It was kind of milky.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. I don't think I've seen.
Yeah, I thought that because he had some other pieces of moonstone that were a little bit more of what moonstone kind of calls to mind for a lot of people. But I don't know. I really liked that it was kind of it was milky but still kind of clear and almost see-through. But
yeah, that particular moonstone kind of reminds me more of my black moonstone almost than like a regular moonstone.
And I really liked the energy of it, and I thought it would work really well with what I want to do because it's really good for soothing and balancing emotions, and it cleanses negativity. So I'm hoping that it'll add to things really nicely because I don't really work with a lot of moonstone. So this is going to be a new one for me to add.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think...
You're mostly the moonstone guy.
Yeah, mostly because my very first
pendulum
was rainbow moonstone. So.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep. Next one was also a more expensive purchase at $6, but I thought it was like a little fang.
It looks like a little dinosaur tooth.
So that is Indonesian amber.
Oh, amber, say.
So I don't think I have any amber actually, or any kind of like resins really, because the only place I've really seen resins is probably the Rainbow, and they're always like hunks that are expensive. Yeah. Rightfully so, but still, I don't got that kind of money. Yeah. So I don't have anything. So I was like, that's cool. It's different, and it looks like a little tooth.
And I've always been drawn more to amber than you have, for the overall, for the most part. Ooh. Ooh. Okay.
To deflect negative energy. Okay.
I just got the feeling of being in like some prehistoric jungle, and it's all kind of swampy.
Oh. Well then.
Ooh.
That's exciting.
I like that one. I'm gonna give that back. Okay. Focus. Okay. So I only discovered this relatively recently within the past like 6 months or so, but I've actually started using it pretty regularly in different things, and it's quickly becoming one of my staples. Because I use it in gridding now. I have it in working with stuff in my room, and then I also incorporated it into your anti-anxiety and calming ball that's part of your set. Okay. And I actually got some for this one too. So it's green quartz, and I actually got 3 long skinny pieces.
Green quartz.
And this is it's very healing, nurturing, calming. Think like the most loving, like heart chakra energy.
I was gonna say
and that's kind of what you got. And I love it. I love it so much. And I've been using this stuff for gridding. I've put it in.
I've never heard of it.
I've been putting it in my self-love workings and stuff like that. I put it in the anti-anxiety because it's very calming, and it's very good on helping you process in a loving way. Like it helps you process your emotions and your energies, and so that's going into the anti-anxiety working.
So this next one I don't know how to pronounce because I'd never heard of it. Hypersthene?
Yeah, that'd be my guess.
Is that backwards? I don't know.
It probably won't be when we post.
Hopefully.
But
yeah, I thought that was kind of neat.
Oh, that is neat. It's got some flecking and shimmering, almost like.
And then it's striped.
That's interesting.
I don't know if. You can kind of see the striping where it's like all vertical.
I feel like I've seen that before.
But yeah, the shimmer also follows the stripe. So I've got that, and I like this piece even though it's a little chipped on one of the corners because it's striped up. And then this other piece, which, flashes are awful for cameras.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get unless
There we go. It's really flashy right there. But yeah, dollar piece, not so bad.
Those are really neat and interesting. They almost kind of remind me of similar to like a tiger's eye in some way.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, here, I'm gonna grab this. 'Cause I've never seen this stuff before.
Yeah, like this store had a lot of the stuff I got. I had just never heard of, like the Pinolith, this stuff, a couple other things that are still in the bag.
Okay. I like your store because not only do they have the metaphysical correspondences and properties on one side, they also have like if you're more of like a rock hound and you like the hard science of it all, it has like its hardness, where it comes from, what family of stones it's related to. Like I like that. That's nice.
Yeah, they are in Arizona, which Arizona and Nevada and all that. Anywhere that's deserty has a lot of fossil and mineral stores. So I think they do that just for the occasional person that might wander in there.
But it's good for social anxiety.
Mm-hmm. But
Nice.
the store, you're definitely, if you're a little nervous about this kind of stuff, you're not gonna walk into there because they are not shy about who they are.
Oh.
The store, the front door is like a solid piece of wood that's like carved up and stuff, and then there's like signs and stuff everywhere, and like like walking in that it's one of those stores. So if you're not into that, you're not just gonna be walking in because you're gonna be like. I mean, that's why I walked in, right? But if you're not into that, you're gonna be walking the other way. But I think they do both of those just in case somebody. Because they're probably listed as also a rock shop and a metaphysical shop. So if someone did go all the way there and was like, this? And they're like, yeah, look, science.
Yeah. I'm going to say this next one is probably one of the more expensive stones that I got in all of this. And it's actually a rough cut sapphire. Which it's a nice little hunk. It's about as wide as my pinky. But
that's not a bad piece.
It's not, and I really liked the way that it felt. I liked the way that it looked. I liked the energy of it. And I was like, you know what? I'm getting really strong pulls to put this in, so it's going in. And then when I read the thing, I was like, oh yeah, it's going in. Which, facilitates peace and unlimited love, takes out confusion and pain, brings balance and clarity, helps dissolve fear, anger, hate. I was like, yes.
Good times.
All of those things, yes.
Right. Here's another stone. I didn't know what the heck it was, and it looked kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's the one that I thought looked like a tooth when I looked over
Doesn't that look like a molar or something?
It does.
Like,
it does. It looks like a molar.
Kind of like a dirty old tooth, which is kind of gross. But they just kind of like... I did too. Like, they just kind of... It also kind of looked like... Not popcorn, but kind of like... I don't know how to explain it, but they just look kind of weird. But magnesite.
Magnesite?
Yeah. Magnesite.
Oh, 75 cents each. That's not bad.
Not bad at all. But yeah. Good for self-esteem.
Oh.
But yeah, creative visualization, imagination.
Oh, moving away from relationships without judgment or hard to... Oh. Okay.
Oh?
Okay. I see.
What? What is that supposed to mean?
For you and your home life right now.
Oh. Yeah, okay. I feel like I was like...
So that lined up really well.
But yeah, and then why I got 4 instead of just like one of them, they were all unique. And I was like, I like these shapes.
Well, they would be good for gridding too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. But, for the future.
Mm-hmm.
I got like 4 more things. Okay. Start counting. So I also got a piece of howlite. This is very calming, being able to communicate despite whatever energy you have going on with you. So this is one of the things that I really wanted to put in with the anti-anxiety, so that even while it's helping to calm and facilitate anti-anxiety. And I'll stop digging. Hey. Psst. My dog is digging at my carpet. Excuse me for a moment. Ow! No digging. Thank you. Sorry. afford to have a bald rug or a bald carpet considering it's not my carpet. Stop it! No! No!
Can you go get him?
Maybe. Excuse me, guys. I have to take myself out of the nest.
Oh, careful.
So much nest. Ooh, I'm sorry, Boo. I sat on your stepdad. Get out from under there. Go. Go on. Go on.
Go on, get.
Go lay behind the couch or something. He likes hiding out behind the couch because then he could peek on the neighbors without me telling him not to. Excuse me, Boo. Boo's like right over here, so I have to like slightly lift her up and like scooch under her. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I've nested, so Alex is handing me back all the things.
And your baggie.
Yeah. What, was I in the middle of my... I was talking, wasn't I?
You were.
What was I talking about?
It was after the sapphire.
Oh, Howlite.
Yeah, Howlite. Yep.
So yeah, I've got Howlite, because I like it in an anti-anxiety spell because while it's also, the spell is helping you to calm down and not feel so anxious, it also will help you be able to communicate what's going on, and that will help you dispel the anxiety. So it kind of works, it works in a couple of different ways. So there's that.
Next piece were these tiny pieces of sunstone, but they were like extra shiny, and I like shiny things.
You are a little crow.
So.
No, you're a magpie. You're much more than a magpie.
Thanks.
You are. Magpies are nice.
But yeah. And again, it's a flashy thing, and I don't think, but yeah.
I like sunstone. My first pendulum was a sunstone.
And then.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know, like a lot of the sunstone I'd seen is not so flashy. Like I've seen a lot of it where it's just like the solid orange. Not bad, but it still wasn't anything that really called to me.
I debated for a hot second whether or not to put sunstone in this.
Ooh, wow, look at that.
Oh,
yeah,
very nice.
You're
That's
definitely
very
getting
nice
the flash on that one. But yeah, so I was like, it's bad. 75 cents a piece, not too terrible.
And of course, I'm not doing an anti-anxiety or calming working spell ball, any of it, without a piece of amazonite. It's a go-to for me, especially with stuff like this. Especially, I also love the color of this amazonite. It's,
ooh,
I know
it's like
it's
solid.
It's very, it's very saturated. It's not that milky light blue. It's got so much more green to it. It's much more closer to like a teal, like a green teal. But he gets it from like one particular area, and it all comes out looking like this. So that's going into it.
Not bad. I got Starry Jasper because I had never heard or seen it before. I'm gonna be honest.
Ooh. Oh. It looks like a meteor shower.
Which I guess is where the name, and it's not on here, but like all these other Jaspers are on there, but this one isn't. I'm sure I could just look that up easily enough, but it's very
Stop being jealous.
speckly.
Who's allowed to lay up here?
The
Go
dogs
lay
are
down.
fighting. But yeah, it
I
looks
have a
very,
jealous baby.
very speckly. I just thought it was neat. I'd never seen it. And I was like, that's kind of neat. Yeah, this kind of looks like fireworks or something. Almost.
Yeah. See, it looks like shooting stars.
So
I think it was really pretty, but I love Jasper.
I'm guessing it's good for whatever Jasper's good for, and then it might have its own little side piece. But
Most of Jasper is focused especially on like root chakra, grounding, things like that. All right. So last stone, I have one other thing, but it's not a stone. But this is the last stone that I bought. I got 2 pieces of aquamarine. This is probably the other slightly more expensive. Still affordable, just I paid a little bit more for it. But I really wanted to put it in this particular working because I thought it would work very well for the person I have in mind for it. So, but I just really especially love this one piece. Let me get it over here. But it's got a really beautiful light baby blue color to it, and it's got those little streaks of white running through it. That's like running, like calm rushing water. I don't know. I really love aquamarine. I like the energy of it.
Mm-hmm. Same.
And this is actually the first piece I've ever bought.
Oh.
I've never owned aquamarine before, but actually I don't still technically own it. It's not for me, it's for somebody else. But it's my first time ever buying aquamarine.
I feel it. I feel it. Next piece is a highlight opal.
That's interesting. I like. It looks almost like it has like little bubbles on it.
Mm-hmm. So it kind of reminded me of like some kind of resin or amber kind of stuff, actually. So I was kind of surprised it was a stone.
It reminds me of honey.
Ooh, yeah.
It reminds me of honey, like the color, the kind of sheen, like
if honey could solidify and look like that, it'd probably look like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one's. Yeah. Okay then.
What's that?
I forgot what it was for. I was like, oh, interesting. Yeah, a lot of my stuff, I was just like, that looks cool, and I've never heard of it.
You go again. I've only got
Okay.
one more thing, and it looks like you've got like a few more things.
Do you know where my incense went?
No.
Oh, it's in my bag. I put it back in my bag. Alright, so a couple more things on my end. My store started selling Palo Santo beads.
Oh. Ooh.
So I almost bought their whole supply. Because I was like, because what I originally wanted to do was make a,
Mala?
yeah. I was going to say a mandala, and I was like, that's not the right word.
Don't worry, I got you.
Yeah, so.
I got you, baby.
So I kind of went back and I just put some back, but I got some that had variety to the wood.
Those are beautiful.
But yeah, and it smells really good because it's Palo Santo.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
My only question is, I was like, I wonder how long it smells after you start wearing it.
I don't know, because I assume it's going to soak in some of your own oil from your skin.
And then the other mostly last thing I got was rope incense because I'd always wanted to try this stuff and I'd only ever seen it online. I'd never actually seen it being sold in a store.
Yeah, I remember we looked at it together for a while. That stuff smells really good. And I've never actually in person seen rope incense.
I don't even know how this works.
They say it was, is it like...
They said, you know, it might be smoky because they haven't burnt, like they literally had, again, I'm going to insert pictures here in a second, but they had a wall of incense of all kinds of flavors and brands and all kinds of stuff. They even had, what I'm pretty sure is either they make it or they work with a lot of local artisans and they get it from somebody that makes it locally because it was like a normal stick incense, but the actual rolled incense on it was like this thick around.
Oh, wow.
Like, it was, like, thick, and it looked grainy, like it had been rolled in, like, a crushed resin.
Oh, okay.
And they're like, that's gonna be smoky, because I had it in my hand, and I forget if it was copal or something, but it smelled, like, so good, and I was like...
You do like copal.
I was like, okay, I'll put it back. Because, like, I was afraid of getting it to Texas and then, like, set my house, like, on smoke, and I was like, stupid house.
Did it smell really strongly?
It did.
Then you could probably have just put it in your room and it not light it and it would have permeated. Because that's what happened with my I mixed a grave dirt recipe with my Morgan incense that I had made specifically for her for the Black Moon, and together those smell heavenly.
Ooh.
And it permeated my room.
Oh, nice.
And now it's died down a little bit because it's kind of aired out. But anytime that I go and I open up my secret altar space, that smell just kind of wafts. And I was like,
yeah.
So you probably could have just set it in your room and it probably would have permeated after a while.
So, quick little fun note. So my sister has a pool and that's where we were staying. And my boyfriend kept like trying to go in the water, and it's winter time, and even though it's Arizona, they still get cold in winter. So this water is probably like 40 degrees or lower. And he kept, like, he literally dipped his foot in a couple times just to test the water, literally. And he goes, oh, that's cold. Oh, that's cold. And then he was, like, joking with my nephew. He's like, I'm going to take a New Year's dive. He didn't do it. Thank God. Because I was like, I ain't fighting with you once you're frozen to death up in there. But anyway, and my sister goes, why don't y'all come back in the summertime when it's swimming weather? So now he's like, I want to go back. And I'm like,
It's very amusing for a man that was afraid of water because he couldn't swim.
And I was like, no.
You've helped him out with that quite a bit.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Oh.
So the last thing that I bought at Power of the Rainbow, it was a complete impulse buy. And I don't normally impulse buy tarot decks.
I was gonna say, is that what that is, or was that a tin full of something else?
No, it's a tarot deck. But I don't know. I saw it and it just immediately like went into my tray without even really thinking about it. And normally I am such
I don't think we've ever bought anything at that store that wasn't rocks. Because he does sell a couple like decks and books and stuff. I don't think we've ever bought any non-rock material at his store.
I don't think I have. That's kind of... Yeah.
Yeah, because I think... Because most of the stuff I've seen there, you could get anywhere that sells tarot.
Yeah. But I had never seen it before.
Yeah,
and the art really caught me. And normally, you know me, I like, as soon as I get ready to like go check out, I like start sorting through everything. I was like, okay, what's essential and what needs to get put back. Didn't even consider that for this.
Damn.
Like, literally, no thought. It just came home with me.
Yeah, like, when we go, anything that makes it into my tray, 99% of the time I buy it because I'm like, it's in my tray, it's my stuff.
I'm going to say this was $18.
Not bad.
Not bad.
For a deck.
Not bad.
Especially
considering...
Like a nice deck.
Yeah, especially considering it's in a tin box. I like the size of it. I really do. But I'm just going to real quick...
And you said you've been looking for a smaller size deck, too.
I had. So this was like complete,
Ooh,
like...
that's pretty.
I know, but I know. But look at some of this art. I'll probably end up doing a deck review at some point because I can see myself like doing that in the future. But I just kind of want to like show you.
We've both got enough decks to do a review, actually.
And I'm in love with watercolor.
Ooh, that's really pretty.
Yeah, it's just like I am in love with this art. And the only thing I'm not quite so sure about is some of the all of the cards have, all of the minors have a little keyword at the bottom. I've never worked with a deck that has keywords at the bottom. And some of the keywords are completely opposite of anything that I would normally associate with these cards, like Six of Swords, science. If I sit and think about it,
you could kind of
I can kind of see where they may have gotten that from, but it's so out of the normal wheelhouse of the interpretation of the Six of Swords. So I think that this is going to be a really interesting deck for me to grow into or grow with. I think this is going to really expand my horizons on my tarot interpretation. So I'm actually really excited about it. And another thing that I noticed first out of the box, I had not been expecting, and I didn't know anything about it, because I know absolutely nothing about this deck. Nothing. I don't even know if Zillich means something, if it's, like, I don't know what that means. Like, I have no prior knowledge of this deck. But the majors have...
planets.
Hebrew.
Oh, no, Hebrew, yeah.
Yeah, it has Hebrew associations. I don't know Hebrew. I don't speak or read Hebrew.
Interesting.
But all of the majors...
Did your pamphlet tell you what they mean? Did it come with a pamphlet?
It did come with a pamphlet, but not a very big one. It's just like a little bitty... little white book. But no, not really. I don't...
Interesting.
Yeah. The thing that I thought was really interesting about the little white book was that for each of the cards, it not only just kind of gives a brief interpretation of it, but it also gives either the zodiac or even for the minors, it gives, like the Two of Wands. Here, it has Mars and Aries. So it has planetary and zodiac associations for the minors and the majors. So this is going to be a really interesting one for me.
Yeah, it looks pretty neat.
Yeah,
It's really pretty too.
it is beautiful.
Feel that. That's a tissue, like a Kleenex. Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm gonna wrap this up because I know I can go all day, go on all day about tarot, but it's just the fact that this is complete impulse buy, completely out of my wheelhouse of what is normal for tarot for me.
For sure.
And I can really, see, this is another one that's really fucking weird. This is a strength card. It says lust.
Which is weird because that's your card.
And that's my card. Like, that's the card that I have a lot of really deep emotional attachment and, like, it's one of my personal cards. It may not be my zodiac sign, but it is one of my personal cards. And the fact that it's lust, it's labeled lust in this one and not strength, is very interesting. And I'm actually probably going to sit with this because I think I could get some really, really interesting insight for that. But I've never seen strength labeled lust in a tarot deck before. So I'm excited. I'm probably going to do a deck review of this at some point.
Yeah, we definitely have enough because I have 5 decks now.
Yeah, you just started buying them all of a sudden.
I bought my first deck at the Hearth Wisdom store many moons ago because back in the day when you went for a class, anything you bought after the class, you got a deal on. Like, it was like 10, 15, 20% off. I forget what your percent off was. And I got it because I was going to start going to these tarot classes and stuff. And then I was gifted my second deck by Marcy. And then I was gifted my third deck by somebody at work. Or maybe the other way around. But either way, I was gifted 2 of them. And then I bought my other 2.
Yeah.
So I have 5 decks. So yeah, we can totally do like a little mini side series on.
Yeah.
These are our decks. This is what we think.
Oh, one last thing that's really, really strange about this deck, for the court cards, it doesn't have the typical pages, knights, queens, and kings. It has princesses, princes, queens, and knights. It doesn't have king.
Interesting.
It has princes and princesses, and then it has the queen, and it has the knight. So
is this more like matriarchy?
I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. Like, this is just so odd. Ooh, I like the Queen of Wands.
That is really cool.
But I'm in love with this art. And I already did a reading with it, and it came up pretty interesting. So I can see this being, it's the devil.
Interesting. I like it.
So yeah, there's that. That's the last thing that I bought from Power of the Rainbow. And so far,
Good times.
I am intrigued. But the only thing is I have a hard time getting this back into the tin sometimes.
Yeah. I feel like when the tin's just your lid's on your lap.
Oh.
When like, especially anything in
Sorry
a
about
tin. When anything's in a tin, I feel like if the tin's not just a little bit bigger, it's just like just even. It's like, get in there.
Yes.
Oh, and then the last thing I got was a handful of candles because, and then I got 5 of them. But yeah, I got me a couple too. But
okay.
Smell that though.
Oh wow.
Oh, I'm sorry. It smells so good.
It smells like they rolled them in cinnamon and nutmeg and clove.
I don't know.
Like, it's a very clove, allspice, cinnamon, nutmeg. It's very Did you get a money one or something?
Yeah, one of them is, yeah.
That's probably the one that I smelled because all of those are pretty money and abundance oriented, I think.
But yeah, so you need to unwrap yours anyway to make sure I give you the right colors. But
Okay.
I think this should be my money one, so.
I'm surprised that you bought 5. I thought that candles were.
They're not something I'm going to be able to use for a minute, unfortunately, but I like getting some of their handmade stuff. Yeah, that's one of yours.
So I don't want to open it too much because this thing is absolutely covered in glitter.
So is my green one.
But I just kind of wanted to show you. There's that.
But yeah, this is...
Oh, health and healing.
So some of them... It's probably the one you were smelling, actually. So some of them have glitter on them. Your other one should not. But yeah, this is the first time I've seen these.
It's a dark goddess candle.
So I got me one of those too.
Oh, it smells pretty good too.
So this is a very...
glitter on my nose.
And what was funny about these is that the store is not as divided as it used to be, because I think originally it was 2 stores that were sharing the same space, because Fantasia Crystals was crystals. It was more like stones and fossils and stuff like that, where the store is kind of like L-shaped, so the store goes in when you walk in and then it goes off to the right, so it's shaped like this.
Oh.
And then over here I think it's like a room where they do classes or something. I've never been back there because I'm not there for classes.
Fair enough.
The classes are expensive. Even if I lived there I'd be like hard pressed actually. But they like do a lot of certification and stuff. Is that mine?
Okay.
Actually.
Prosperity and abundance. So.
That's where I'm like.
Do you want me to just unroll it far enough to see the label?
Can't tell if that's my purple candle.
That's okay. I'll look.
Okay. So one half of the store is, like I said, rocks. The other half is more witchy vibes, quite honestly. Like, they've sold coffin nails, and they sell a lot of voodoo, Santeria stuff, Santa Muerte stuff.
Ancestral roots.
That one's sweet. And that one does not have that much glitter on it.
No, it's actually pretty sparse on glitter.
So yeah, so some of their stuff has glitter, some of their stuff doesn't, some is...
It still smells so good.
Does it smell different, or...? But yeah, and then it's all beeswax. So it smells kind of honeyed, because that's just how beeswax smells. But so the other half of the store does, like I said, a lot of the herbs, a lot of grimoires, music, the books are on that side, the incense is on that side. So basically, if it's not a rock, it's on that side of the store. And typically the candles are right when you walk in. To the left is their homemade oils, incense blends, and candles, because that's just their little homemade stuff. And every time you buy like, I think 10 items, you get like the next one free or something. That's why when I go, I buy a good amount, so I get the next stuff. The purple candles were on the witchy side of the store. They were not with the other candles, and I thought that was kind of different, because I'd never seen their candles on that side of the store before, and I'd never seen that candle ever in all the years I've been going there.
The dark goddess one.
And I was like, it's dark purple, it's sparkly.
It's beautiful.
So I was like, yes, I buy. But yeah, so that was the last thing I got too. But yeah, oh man, this haul video was... It happens.
I mean, I know we like to talk, but... Okay. Well, I hope that y'all have had a lot of patience with us. Or at least enjoyed it enough to stick around.
Hopefully. And then if y'all ever go to these stores, you know what they offer. And I will link both stores down below, actually, because they don't... I know Fantasia Crystals doesn't do a lot of online store stuff. I know if you message them to ask them if they have something, they'll work out stuff with you. But that way, if you're ever in the area, you know it's there. It's pretty big. I love this store. But yeah.
Alright. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye. Many blessings.